Hey, greetings. Welcome back to Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf. Coming at you from the heart of the United States, out here in the Midwest, where it is kind of warmed up this week. I'll take that, but I'm sure Mother Nature has another trick in store for us. I bet it's going to get cold and snowy at some point again before we finally get spring for real. Hey, before we get started this evening, I want to give a shout out to my favorite online retailers, Hard to Find Whiskey. You can find them right down there at htfw.com. If you're looking for something in the States here and you can't find it, give them a try. They've got all kinds of alcoholic beverages, not just Irish whiskey. They've got scotch, they've got bourbon, they've got Japanese, they've got tequila, gin, vodka, rum, you name it. Hard to Find Whiskey has a great selection and fast shipping. They've got knowledgeable staff. So if you're looking for something and you can't necessarily find it here, give them a try. Chances are you might find it there. So, what I have for you this evening is Writer's Tears Copper Pot. Now, we have looked at this before, but when I started the channel, I tended to pull multiple bottles off the shelf, and we'd try 2 or 3 or even 4 together. And that was kind of interesting because we got to go through a lot of what's behind me at kind of a quick pace. But I think it kind of diminished the importance of some of these whiskeys. And Writer's Tears is one that we kind of blew through when we tasted it with, another bottle or 2. And I happened to crack open a bottle of this over the weekend, and it just struck me as how good this whiskey really is. I had forgotten because, number one, I didn't have a bottle in reserve, and I don't generally drink a lot of what's back here. I mean, a lot of what's back here, when it's gone, it's gone. Let's take Peaky Blinder right here, or Bushmills, the Prohibition recipe. If I drain those, there's no going back. The Middleton Very Rares, the Redbreast Cask Strengths, even the Dingle, some of the Dingles that I have there. So I don't usually hit what's on the shelf on a regular basis, but I picked up this bottle of Writer's Tears, and I couldn't remember which one I had. Writer's Tears comes in a couple of different varieties. This is the Copper Pot. I think the other one is like a double cask, double wood. So I took a chance, picked it up, and sure enough, it's the same thing that I already had on the shelf. So I said to myself, well, sounds like a good reason to drink it, right? Remember, any reason to have a drop of Irish whiskey is a great reason to have a drop of Irish whiskey. So I had the Writer's Tears with my Saturday cigar, and I was blown away because I had forgotten how good Writer's Tears was. And not only is it a good drop of whiskey, but you're not going to pay a lot of money for it. So think about your Tullamore Dew, think about your Jameson, your Bushmills. Around here, you're going to pay low to mid 30s for those bottles of whiskey. This bottle of Writer's Tears is $40. And I would say this is arguably a better, tastier, just more fulfilling drop of whiskey than any of those others. Now, it's a blend. Those are a blend. The blend for Writer's Tears, they state right on here, it is single pot still and single malt. Well, you got me right there. I like my single pot still and single malt. Coming around to that, I just was simply blown away because I had forgotten how good Writer's Tears is. If your palate is like mine and you want to take a little bit of a step up from your everyday whiskeys, your Tullamore, Jameson, Bushmill, heck, we'll even throw in proper number 12. Um, whatever. Powers Gold Label, there's a good one. Want to pay a couple more bucks for something that really tastes good? See if you can find this, folks. See if you can put this on your shelf, pour a glass, and have a sip. I gotta tell you, that right there, for a blend that is not a lot of money, I sat and drank this all Saturday night. I guess I'll come clean. I probably had 2 or 3 glasses of it. It was just that good. And because in the past, I've pulled down multiple bottles at a time and we tasted them together, I didn't get to really focus on any one bottle at any given time. So I really didn't give this its due, which is a shame, because this really is, like I said, it is just a fantastic whiskey. It's triple distilled, just like almost every Irish whiskey out there. Some are 4, some are 2, but this is triple distilled. Barley, so this is entirely made from barley. Let me see here. Aged matured in flame charred bourbon barrels. That's pretty standard, I would say. It's a Walsh whiskey product, so that's up in County Carlow. Really and honestly, folks, I get asked by a friend of mine who is still kind of new to the whiskey world, and he went and got his first bottle of Bushmills. And as he was buying his bottle of Bushmills, he said, well, what if I want to spend a couple more bucks? What if I'm willing to drop 10 or 20 more dollars? What would you recommend? And at the time, I had forgotten all about Writer's Tears. Not anymore. This right here, in my opinion, for my palate, if you want something just a small step ahead of what you could consider your entry-level Irish whiskey, Writer's Tears is it. You can't beat the price. Should be able to get it in the $40 to $45 range, maybe less expensive if you find it on sale. The flavors are tremendous. So you've got the single pot still, and you've got the single malt in there, so they tend to balance each other out. Honestly, folks, this could almost be, if I wasn't buying other whiskeys to stick on the shelf, this could almost be an everyday sipper for me. That's how much I like it. And I'm not going to finish this, because when I'm done with this video, I'm going to go over to the humidor right here. I'm going to grab myself a cigar. I'm going to step outside to the lounge. I might pour a little bit more in this, actually, and sit there and have a cigar and drink my Writer's Tears. This is fabulous. And I hope that you can find a bottle of Writer's Tears to try. And if you do, drop me a comment. I love to hear from my viewers. I answer every comment, and I love to know what you guys are drinking, whether your palates agree with mine or don't agree with mine. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. I say that every show. I like doing this. I hope you like watching it. So my usual promotion, rah-rah, if you liked the video, hey, go down there in the lower corner there, lower left-hand corner, click the thumbs up, give me a like, makes the YouTube algorithms happy. And if you want to know when I release new videos, go down there in the other corner. You can click on the subscribe button, and then you can click on the bell, and you will be notified when I release new videos. So, for this evening, that is all I have for you. We'll meet again probably later this week. Remember, I said on the last video that got a little catching up to do since I was offline for a few weeks. So I suspect later this week we'll crack another bottle of whiskey together, and I'm pretty sure I know what it's going to be. I'm thinking there might be a dead rabbit in our future this week. So until we do that, hey, enjoy your drops of whiskey, because any reason to have a drop of Irish whiskey is a great reason to do so. But folks, remember to do it responsibly so you can be here for the next video. And until we meet again for that video, I want you to be well and be safe, okay? Sláinte. Bye now.